to our first Meet the Coaches Night of this school year, 25-26. I appreciate the large attendance. For the student athletes, please listen, make sure if the parents aren't here, you send the information home to them so they know what's going on as well. First, I have a few coaches that are still either on vacation or in England or whatever it might be, but most of them are here, so I'd like to introduce them first. First, our football contingent, head coach Anthony Cicino, Tim Roy, George Hutchinson, Dan Roy, Jonathan Lashore, and new this year, Tyrone Arce. For boys soccer, the new head coach was the JV coach last year, Mark Bowden, and he's enjoying some soccer over in England right now, so hopefully he'll be back for next Monday. Taking over the JV position, a person who's working here at the school at our business office is Joe Camacho, right over here. You'll be looking for him at the end. Girls soccer coaches, same as last year. Head coach Tim Segudo and JV coach Laura Stern. For cross country, the new boys coach is Jesse Benoit. He's also a teacher here. He's away tonight as well. And also helping out as she did last year, Angela Shabbat, right down here in front. Volleyball coaches, we have the head coach, Sandy Dulong, assistant coach, Stephanie Atteridge. Derek Bennett will be doing freshman again. Our golf coach, head coach Gary Farr, for a number of years. He's finally learned the game. His JV coach is Tom Rooney. Hopefully we'll have enough kids to do that, and we do, if they all show up. He'll not here tonight, but he'll be helping out. For field hockey, taking over the head job this year is Beth Johnson, a teacher here, right there, and her assistant is Jillian St. Jude, also over there. I haven't seen the cheerleading coaches yet. Have they come in and not told me? No. Hopefully, those that are doing cheerleading will get to see them before I do. Thank you. And our trainer this year, that's new. We haven't had one for a couple of years. It's going to work out great. It's Rachel Devon, she's right here. I'm going to have her say a few words first to you about what to expect from your sons or daughters or even the coaches.
Hi, my name is Rachel Devona. I'm the new athletic trainer at Monty-Tech. I work under Dr. Lee Mancini over at UMass Memorial. He's my overseeing physician. If your son or daughter has an EpiPen, any medications or anything like that, please feel free to have me hold on to them at practices or games, but best option is to have them keep it in their bag in case they need it, and then just let me know in case I need to help them with that. The best way to reach me is my email for Monty-Tech. It's devona.rachel@montytech.net. Devona is Tivona, and Rachel spelled Rachel with an E-L. And then my phone number is my Monty-Tech phone number, and my extension is 3661. So if you're a parent and you get a phone call from me, it's probably important. It's probably about your child. I'll be here after school for all practices and games, but I will be covering the game with the most contact. And I travel with football as well, varsity football. No, I think that's it. So.
My job today is very quick. The first thing I'm going to say, we're out of the paperwork business. We're doing everything online now, and we're using arbiter.io. So if you go to a website, just punch in arbiter.io and get in it, and you'll be able to go on. And again, there's 320 plus people that have already signed up. So it might not be perfect, but it is working. If you're having difficulties, try something different. If you're a sophomore, junior, or senior, and you played last spring, you just gotta use your username and password that you used last spring. It'll get you right into it. If you're a new kid, a freshman or a transfer, when you go in, you'll put in new student, and you'll start it. A couple keys to it. Once you go down to families and students, and you do that, it's either new student or you're already registered, make sure at the top right, it's under Montechusett Regional Technical School, not Monty Tech. That'll get you into it much faster and you shouldn't have a problem. The other thing, you'll go through the whole thing and answer some questions. There's only a 9-minute video on concussions in this assignment, not the 30-minute one that you had to do before. All you gotta do is look at that video, check off that you saw it, and go on the registration. Now, at the end, the other important thing is make sure you hit the submit button so we get it. You also can download your physicals on this site, and some have. Right now, I'm waiting for the gentleman that runs it to get hold of me so I can, without having to go through everyone's download, to get their physical date. Some put it in, but some of the ones that were put in hadn't even happened yet because they took the 13 months. But I'll be checking those. And so Arbiter is where you sign up. And it's, if you download the Monty Tech newsletter, which I'll try to do that now for you. Under athletics, you go to athletic news. And there you'll see the newsletter. If you hit that, this comes up and that tells you everything about what's happening for fall sports that we had as of a week or so ago. Tonight you may find out a few different things because we have some things that we got to work on, which I'll explain, and so on to coaches. So that's why it's glad that you're here. If you, not people that aren't here, we're going to send it out. They can go to Monty Tech MT Live and log in, and you'll be able to not only see tonight's meeting, but you'll also be able to go back and look at anything that's been filmed by our technology staff here, games in the past. They're on there, correct, Bill? MT Live, I'll be showing you now. The purple one at the top is the purple one you want to go to. Any questions on that so far? Now the next thing, I'm going to talk about it, it talks about physicals. Go to athletics again, download the forms. One more up, one more right there. On the right, you see the pre-participation physical form. That's the one you need to take the physical here at Monty Tech, which is tomorrow morning. We have a whole bunch up here, so if you need one tonight, make sure you pick it up. So far, I've only had one student who passed it over and had to change it. That's Corbin Williams. Just pick up a new one. You can sign up for the physical. Physicals are good for 13 months from the date that you had your last one. And that's good because most doctors don't give you an appointment until after 12. So your physicals are good. But the key is we need them here at Monty Tech in the nurse's office, or at least through my office to start with, and then I give them to the nurse. I have a stack of them that I've downloaded from the downloads, and then I give them to the nurse when they come in. So that's on physicals. The physicals are tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the nurse's office. Come through the front door, go to your left, and myself or the trainer will be there to check you in. And as you show up, we'll give you a number. And the doctors is probably at 18 signed up as of this afternoon. We could have more tonight. They'll bring 5 doctors or so to do physicals, and they'll take care of it. But as soon as you get here, a 7:45 or so, you'll get a number. That's when you'll go in, and it'll be very fast. Make sure you bring that form. Make sure it's signed by you and a parent. All right. Next thing I'm talking about is an age that you need for participation. If you are already 19, you're technically not eligible to participate in sports in high school, unless we apply for a waiver. So I need to know that. If you're 19 before September 1st, I need to know that. And we go and take care of that as soon as we can. As long as your grades your discipline and everything else is good, we'll apply for it. As a freshman, if you're already 16, you're not considered a freshman by grade or age, you're considered a sophomore because you only have 3 years left of eligibility. So that's important too. I know I said I had one transfer I know of. He's on the list for physicals. So I'll have to have them fill out what is called a Form 200, which gets sent back to your sending school to make sure you weren't recruited, you have no violations at your school in terms of chemical health and everything like that. So if you're a transfer, let me know again tonight, and I'll take your name down, hunt you down to get the information needed. Time of participation, this is another important one. Once you enter your first year as a freshman, you're allowed 4 years of eligibility. Even if you stay back, you're still only allowed 4, which is 12 consecutive playing seasons. Yes, waivers can be gotten for certain situations. You got hurt, you missed a whole year, you missed 4 or 5 seasons, whatever it might be, we can apply for a waiver for that. The other thing, loyalty to your school team. Now, the MIA has, you can play more than a sport at Monty Tech or outside of Monty Tech. But you cannot skip your practices or games at Monty Tech to attend those other activities. If you do, that is a violation. Now it's only a 1-game suspension each time you do that. So that's important you know that. It's called loyalty to the high school year. The next thing is your grades at the end of last year will determine your eligibility to start this year. If you went to summer school and you passed, you're probably going to be all set. But if you didn't, you may not be able to play. For some sports, and I think it's only football that I know of now, first quarter grades will determine if you can continue the season. So don't get behind in your grades. Keep them up. It's really hard to fail if you do your work, and that's important. Get it in on time, correct it. You missed a test, you missed a report. Don't wait till the end of the quarter to do it. Get it done beforehand. The last one is the chemical health rule, and that's been here for years. It pertains to the use, the possession of, selling, buying, whatever it might be, of alcohol products, drugs, paraphernalia, vaping, cigarettes, whatever it might be. It's in your student handbook that you'll get. But that violation is still 25% of the season you're playing. A second offense for the same school year ends up being 60%. So it could be a lot of games if you get caught. So please, chemical health is not good for your health or well-being. Now, this next one is a little bit difficult. Transportation. There's going to be a change this year, and it's going to start very quickly. And I'll tell you what you're going to get for an announcement from our principal. Bus routes will be posted on our school website the week before school starts, so that's next week. I'll send out another call once they are available. Please review the attached PDF with bus stops, helpful information, as we are receiving many calls regarding bus stops. Bus stops helpful information PDF is in addition with the increased cost of transportation. This is the important thing. We've had to make some changes as we consider the affordability of our late bus runs. With that in mind, we will be making changes to our late bus runs in order to give families an opportunity to arrange for transportation. We will implement a new schedule with reduced late buses times and runs starting on Monday, October 6th. Now, let me explain. What's going to happen is right now what I was told is on Monday and Wednesdays there's only going to be a 4:15 bus. On Tuesdays and Thursdays there's only going to be a 6 o'clock bus, and there's going to be no buses right now on Friday. So transportation is going to have to be provided by families to get your son or daughter home after practices. Doesn't mean I agree with it, but that's what this is going to happen. She will be sending out another phone call to tell you the exact consequences of this transportation. Transportation costs have skyrocketed, and I understand that. But I wish they had done this earlier and they could have tried to come up with a different way to offset that cost. Monty Tech does not have users fees, you all know that. But it might come into play if we have to get transportation to get your kids home. And that's something I'm going to talk to them about, of trying to come up with a plan for that. Some schools have what they call the transportation fee and every kid pays it. We don't have that. Maybe that's a way to go. But they don't understand that regional schools in the area, not just one or two towns only, maybe 3. We have 18 communities. That's a long way for some parents to travel, and I understand that. Hopefully I can convince the administration about that as well. But so listen for those calls from the principal to find out what's exactly going to happen sometime in early end of September. Questions? I can't answer them. I didn't institute this, so don't call me, please. Mouthpieces are still required for football, field hockey, and recommended for soccer. Teeth are expensive. You don't want to lose them. Jewelry, and most sports have a rule about not having jewelry or piercings. Monty Tech kind of implements it as well. Like in softball last year, they could have worn them, but I told the kids no. First of all, you're going to lose them, and then you're going to look for them for an hour or two, or you're going to have to repay it if it's something important. I met this girl about 2 weeks ago that went here and played soccer years ago. She had a class ring on its chain around her neck, lost it on the soccer field during practice, spent 2 weeks with a metal detector trying to find it. No luck. It cost us $450 for a new ring. So we're going to give you lockers once you make the team. Lock up your valuables, including jewelry, and you'll be safe, and everybody else will be too. Insurance. Monty Tech does have athletic insurance, and most of you do also. The key is, once your son or daughter get injured, your insurance kicks in first. Then the Monty Tech athletic insurance kicks in next. The only problem is because we travel so much around the state, the Monty Tech insurance would only pay what they think is a reasonable rate. And the example I use, let's say you're in Framingham and your son gets hurt or daughter gets hurt and they got to take an ambulance ride. And in Framingham, they're charging $1,500. Around here, it's $5. Insurance companies are going to pay what they think is reasonable. So you got to be careful with that. It's not 100%. But through an added insurance coverage, if you don't have any and you need some, it's out of Bob McCluskey Insurance. Once you get this done, your son or daughter is covered 365 days, 24 hours a day from the time it's sent in. And you deal directly with them, and this is including dental. It's a great policy. It's about $65, which isn't much. They get hurt at home, it's covered. They get hurt on the road playing sports, they're covered. They get hurt here, in school, they're covered. So it's a good added insurance policy if you want to do it, and I have those forms down front. The last thing before I tell you about the physicals again, detentions, in-house suspensions or out-house suspensions. If you're in one of those detentions, you'll be out in time for practice, hopefully. In-house and out-house, those days of those, you cannot practice if you're in-house by the end of the school day. You can come back the next day, but not that day. So remember that as well. Questions, you can see me. Now, as I said for physicals, I have a list. Quickly, if you're here, I'll read it off. You're signed up to have it. Charlotte Augustin, Sophia Bones, Lenz Dorseville, Julian Delona, Roman Egan, and this girl, I think it's Natalie Jean. You signed up for a physical, but I can't find you anywhere on our school roster, so make sure you see me. Waylon Latat, Avery Baragas, Madison Peterson, Dylan Rostock. There's another lady that signed up and nowhere on our school roster, Milan Vagiletis. Jason Vieira, and Isaac Sargent, you're the transfer, grade 10 for football, make sure you see me. And Cortland Williams, you're the one that needs to do a new form. And I had 4 that called me this afternoon. I believe it was Benelli Matthew, Tyler Santos, and there was someone else that called me, but they didn't leave their name. They were going to play soccer, and they were in grade 10. So I don't know who you are. So hopefully if you're here, you'll get that form filled out. You are signing up tonight. Please see the trainer, and she'll put your name on the list. The doctors are coming at 8. Make sure you're here early, down near the nurse's office. I'll be there helping her sign in. Now, unless there's questions first of me, are there any questions for me here? Raise your hand and I'll try to figure them out. Okay, seeing none. This is where you're going. Now, the custodians have asked if you're going to the gym, go out this door and straight down the hall to the gym, or you can go out the outside door and walk outside the school to get to the outside gym door. It was unlocked. Football is going to the big gym. Boys soccer is up here to the back left. Girls soccer, back right. Volleyball, you're going to the small gym, same thing, go down the hall or go outside and you go to the wood floor gym. Field hockey, back middle of the auditorium right here. Cross country, front left. Golf, front right. If there's any cheerleaders here, stop down and see me and I'll tell you what you need to do. Thank you for coming and have a great evening.